This is Lemmy with RevZilla TV, here to talk to you today about Roland Sands grips for Harley. So you should be looking into an RSD grip if you want to beautify your grip area and you want your paws to stop sliding around on your bars. That's really the reason for any grip installation, and the RSD grips are a fantastic way to get there. These things are made for a wide variety of Harleys. You're looking at 82 right on up to present day, including you throttle-by-wire guys. However, if you have an older bike and you're running standard 1-inch bars and you put a typical Harley throttle sleeve on there, you can run these on older bikes as well. Installation on these is not particularly difficult. You're looking at 1 beard on our BSD, our beard scale of difficulty. Most of you should be able to get these things on pretty quickly and go ride with them soon thereafter. So let's get into the grips and talk about what sets these apart from everything else on the market today. So Roland Sands grips are made here in the USA. They are machined from solid billets of metal, which I really like. Everything's going to be aluminum with the exception of a brass finish. If you see brass finish anywhere, that piece is actually made entirely from brass. These grips that you can see in this brass finish are so heavy. They're unbelievably heavy. The quality is really evident in these. So what you're looking at in front of us here is the Roland Sands, the Chrono, the Tracker, and then down here we have the Traction. I like to think of the Chrono and the Tracker sort of as a very similar grip. You'll notice here, really the only thing differentiating these is the end cut styles on these, and then also just some of the contours as far as how they actually turn these things down. So you can see this finish on the Chrono is the contrast cut. You'll notice they have these contrasting sections in here, and the way they get that is by recutting this machine work after the grip's already been finished in black, which leaves you with the bright aluminum poking out. One of the other things I think is cool about these too, if you look down here, these are straight out of Anthony's golf bag. I'm pretty sure he is stealing these and using these to mark his putts when he's on the course, but these are actually little adhesive metallic medallions, and what these are made to do is fit on the end of the grip. And because they give you two different options, you can either choose to rock your RSD Pride, or you can keep yourself on the low and just use the plain old spiral cut one here. The other thing I think is great about both the Chrono and the Tracker is the rubber. Firstly, the rubber you see on the grips is Renthal rubber. Those of you guys who ride dirt are going to be familiar with that name because they make super sticky grips that are very popular. They've been huge in the dirt world for a long time, and there's a reason. Sticky rubber, it works well, keeps your paws where you put them. Problem solved. The other thing I love about them too, though, is that Roland Sands actually sells the replacement rubber. These are not cheap grips, we all know this, and they're finely crafted. Why chuck them in the trash? That's not necessary. If you burn out the rubber, you can just buy some new rubber inserts, throw them on there, and you're set to go again for another bazillion miles until your paws tear these things back up. Moving down the line, what you see over here is the Roland Sands Traction grip. I think these things are also super duper cool. Again, mostly you're looking at a style difference here. As I said earlier, the brass finish you see here, super duper heavy. I mean, these are just really nicely crafted pieces. These also feature the medallions in like this antiqued brass finish, which I think looks really cool. Again, you have the option of rocking your RSD Pride, or you can just go with the plain old concentric circles. Keeps it kind of looking generic. You're not repping a brand if you don't want to. The thing I like about these is the rubber they use on here. This is more of a waffle cut sort of a rubber. It's still got really good grippy feel to it. Again, the name Traction should clue you in that that's what you're getting. But I just like the cut on here. It's aggressive. You can get your paws into it a little bit, but it's not so much so that I think you're going to feel it through a pair of gloves. Now, in terms of installation, this is not going to be very difficult. As we mentioned, you're looking at a 1-bearder on our BSD, or beard scale of difficulty. Most of you should be able to get these on and off absolutely no problem. The only two stumbling blocks you may face are, firstly, if you don't have very much room in your throttle cables, you may wind up readjusting your throttle cables after you install your grips. If you don't know how to do that, again, your factory service manual should be able to walk it through. It's not a particularly difficult task. The other thing to think about are those of you guys rocking a fly-by-wire bike, 08 and up touring. You have to be careful with your fly-by-wire unit that slides into the end of the bars. Again, not difficult to deal with. You just want to be cognizant of the fact that that is an expensive part and damage can be done easily to it. Just be careful when you're doing your installation. I think Roland Sands has a small collection of grips, all of which I really, really like. They're definitely a quality piece. You can feel it. It's evident as soon as you pick them up. And I think they're going to look good on a wide variety of bikes. New stuff, yes, but I think you can also put these on an older bike and it's going to give it a classy look. My opinion, though, is not the only one that matters. Click below, check out what some other riders have to say about these grips who have them on their motorcycle. If you have questions that we haven't answered, get a hold of us. You can get a Gear Geek by phone, 877-792-9455, or by email, cs@revzilla.com. I'm Lemmy. I'm out of here.